Three strangers meet on the open road. Behind them, years of training. Within, hearts that burn for justice. Ahead, a winged shadow, a serpent from the past, awaits. For this, dear friends, is Dragonguard. Left off, and you had just stumbled across a large, looming dragon skeleton in the middle of a murky, quirky swamp. A little ways away, you see a bunch of wooden buildings on stilts. You can see some fires coming from the various parts of the town. Not that it is on fire, just that there are fires crackling over there. And yeah, that is what you see, just this glistening white dragon skull that is roughly the size of a house.
Like a big house or a small house?
I mean, it was a big house, like maybe a 2-story house.
And we could see this village behind it, right?
The village is kind of like in its shadow, so you can see kind of a spine rising up into the tree line, and there are there's obviously the giant rib cage, and you can also see just a bunch of creatures slithering around in the swamp, in the shadows, a lot of them eyeing you hungrily.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well,
looky there, a dead dragon.
Good eye, Scratch. I mean, it's only like 20 feet tall.
It looks like somebody beat you to it.
Huh. Can't be mad at it. Only good dragon's a dead one.
Indeed. Shall we investigate?
I believe that we should.
Let's take a whiff. So, I want to investigate the dragon bones.
Okay. To be clear, in order to do that, the village is pretty close to this skull, and you can just see it kind of in the distance. This is kind of like cleared of a lot of the undergrowth that has sort of been encroaching around you. So you would have to kind of walk over to the dragon skeleton, and through kind of an open patch of swamp.
Let's I suggest that we just go walk up to it and avoid these hungry eyes. These hungry eyes.
No, I'm sure. I was going to go with Temple of the Dog. It wouldn't make that sense.
That's a hunger strike.
That's true. That is a hunger strike. Yeah, let's do... I agree with what Kyle suggested as well.
All right.
I don't think his name is Kyle in this game.
Well, we're out of character.
Yeah,
right now.
he spoke out.
Okay.
We're not in the flow yet.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk through kind of this clearing, and you get over to the dragon skull. Let me just check something real quick. All right. And what do you want to do now that you're in front of it? You can see that there are kind of these bits of flesh all over the skeleton, as if it has been over time picked clean. However, obviously not all of it is gone yet. There's a sickeningly sweet stench in the air.
Ooh, yummy. Well, Gnome Suni's gonna go right up to it and kick it.
Okay. Roll an attack roll for me.
Is that the 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Kick it investigatively? Is that a word? My goodness.
It is now.
Investigatively? Sure. Alright, I rolled a 7, and my attack is somewhere.
It's
Oh
like
my
unarmed
God.
attack.
Okay, well, I got a 7.
Okay.
Um,
You kick it lightly. Nothing really happens. You have just kicked something that seems very solid and immobile.
haha. I am a warrior.
Is there any way I can observe the meat or flesh that's on it and determine just at least a rough idea of how long it's been dead?
Yeah. Roll me a nature.
Okay.
It doesn't seem that your kick did much good.
Thought I'd try it anyway.
I got a kick out of watching you blow it.
Mm.
Okay. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong dice. Never mind.
And you have advantage because dragons are your favored enemy.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
So I get the roll twice, right?
Yep, and take the higher.
Ooh, I'm glad. So I got 24.
Okay. You determine that this dragon has been dead for roughly, you would guess by the state of decay and by the lack of scales on the flesh and by the amount of flesh that has been consumed, that this dragon has been dead for over 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This thing's been dead for 2 decades, brothers.
That's a pretty dead dragon.
Pretty dead. Very happy with my work.
Yeah.
But you didn't do anything. But I'm gonna give you credit anyway.
Gnome Suni rolls her eyes. Can I walk into the skeleton?
You can walk into the skeleton, yeah.
Just poke around and look
Like
at
just
it.
in the ribcage.
Yeah, because yeah.
And from where you are, you now notice that the village that has been built in the shadow of this decomposing corpse has a number of different roadways over to it. And you actually see that there's a stone altar kind of built right up against the side of this dead dragon corpse. And you see that from that altar there is a small wizened figure eyeing the three of you.
Ooh.
You
said a wizard figure?
Wizened.
A wizened.
What is a wizened?
It's a shriveled figure.
Oh, okay.
Not a
Yeah,
creature.
I have no idea either.
I mean, it
Can
is a
I-
creature. It's just a descriptor.
Gotcha.
Should be a thing though.
I'm assuming we all notice this?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not trying to conceal himself.
Okay. Hey, you!
Hey, you!
What are you looking at?
You!
You live around here?
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing for you here. Leave now.
Are you responsible for killing this beast?
No. Are you?
No.
What brings you to our swamp?
We're the Dragonguard.
All
Brother,
the more
we-
reason for you to leave. Now.
Why? What do you have against us?
You killed our sovereign. Now leave.
Scratch Mangy killed no sovereign.
You didn't, but your people did.
I'm gonna
What do
come.
you mean, you people?
I said your people. Your kingdom. Your
What is it?
blighted king.
Is Scratch Mangy to understand that you people worship dragons?
Indeed, our ancient ancestors.
What's your name?
My name is of no consequence or concern to you. What is your name, interloper?
Scratch Mangy.
As he said before, old man.
I was referring to all of you.
You don't need my name.
Well,
Our names aren't that important. We're here with the Dragonguard.
will you please leave? You have no
No.
authority here.
We have the authority of the Dragonguard. We're here to get some dragons. They've been terrorizing the people of this land.
Yes, your sovereigns, as you put it, have been quite an issue with the people of this land, and for Scratch Mangy personally.
We were the original people of this land. You are invaders. Please leave.
And if we don't?
Then, well, things will get ugly, I suppose, at some point or another.
Who's gonna stop us? You?
If I must.
You don't scare us, old man.
Scratch, Scratch turns to the other two, and he's like, "What are you making this guy, brothers?"
Yeah, we can take him. He's just a shriveled old fool.
I don't want to engage him just yet, but we should definitely try and ask him some questions.
Do we need anything from him? I mean,
We could always use information.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
But he doesn't seem too willing to give us any information. We might have to persuade him.
Let's see. Hey, you!
Hold on, Scratch.
Scratch
Persuasion
Mangy.
is my middle name.
You don't have that much of the delicate touch. Let the giant take care of this one.
I suppose. Scratch supposes. he just crosses his arms.
So I want to attempt to persuade the old man to tell me things.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
Force. Brutal
no,
force.
not by force. By sweet talking him. He seems
Sing
like
him
a
a song, Bard!
he seems like a reasonable old man, and my persuasion skill is high.
Yeah. How far away is he from us?
He's probably about 20 feet away from you, and
Okay,
on
good.
an elevated platform.
It'd be pretty great if he was like 5 feet away and Scratch, you were
yelling
just
and-
screaming.
So we were just
Screaming
having
at
a
each other.
conversation.
That's what I wanted to nail down, because I assumed he was far, but I was like, actually, I don't know. Maybe there's no reason for us to be screaming.
Who are you?
He's like right in front of me. Okay. All right. All you, Barfus.
Okay. So what do I roll for this?
Well, so what do you know kind of like what you're saying and how you want to try and persuade him?
Well, I don't want to intimidate him, but I do want him. I do want to persuade him to give us as much information about recent event as possible.
So, charm?
Do you have a persuasion?
You do have a persuasion skill. So
I do.
You would roll that
Okay.
and tell me what number you get on your D20.
All right. Is it a 20? Okay. All right. Rolling. I got a 20.
Oh, a natural 20? Just without even adding? Okay.
Well, no, my persuasion is +8, so 28.
Okay.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
did roll
Well,
that 20.
All right. So what?
I rolled a 20.
So what do you
so-
say?
Old sir, I would like you to give us information about recent happenings in this area.
Well, I trust your calm demeanor, though I do not trust your friends. What information might you seek?
We're looking at keeping a nearby village safe. As part of the Dragonguard, we are charged with keeping the people of this land safe from harm, especially from dragons.
Okay.
Any information about recent events you could give us would be most helpful.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what recent events might be helpful to you, my friend. So you will have to be a little bit more specific.
I confer with the other two. What should I ask him?
Ask him about the fog, because apparently, according to the villagers, that's might be caused by a dragon. Ask him if he knows anything about that.
Ask him if he knows about dragons that are still alive in the area. I suppose these guys would know about them.
Old friend, you wouldn't happen to know about the fog in the area?
Oh, that. Yes, that would be the result of our great lord Shadow here. And, of course, his offspring.
Ooh, ask him about the offspring. That sounds like something we're gonna have to deal with eventually.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Shadow?
Why, yes, he was the original sovereign of these lands before your kind came in and took our rightful places amongst these lands. And he protected us for many generations. He was a kind and just ruler, for us anyway. And now he is dead, slain by your king.
These remains don't happen to be Shadow, are they?
They are indeed.
Sounds like a score one for our team, doesn't it, old man?
Indeed.
It's like, wow. Hey, ask about them shadow babies.
Can you tell us more about Shadow's successors?
He only had the one, the Honorable Fallowfell, but he is no longer here.
Where is he?
I'm asking the question. Shut up.
Numsuni rolls her eyes and huffs.
You wouldn't happen to know the whereabouts of Fallowfell, would you?
I would not, for his plan, whatever it may be in his supreme wisdom, was not shared with our kind. We merely are tools to his whims.
You wouldn't happen to know about those whims, would you?
I might know a thing or two about some of them, but the amount that I can trust someone like you with them, I do not believe I could do that, no.
Well,
Hey.
It's your loss.
Barfus. Hey,
Yes?
ask him if why haven't his people, considering they claim to have owned this land first, why haven't they tried to take it back? Like, basically, should we be concerned about this village? Like, should the village Vern, should they be aware and have anything to worry about with these guys? Are they planning anything? Like, I'm just Scratch wants to get an idea about their demeanor, where they're at right now.
We're concerned about the nearby area. Is there anything that we should be worried about as the Dragonguard?
Well, you should be worried about all of my kind, for you are the natural enemy of me and mine.
And what exactly is your kind?
He brings two gnarled, claw-like hands up to his hood that has, up to this point, concealed his facial features, and he draws it back to reveal a dragon-like head on his small, wizened lizard body.
Whoa.
And he says, I am a kobold, sir.
Are we gonna have to fight, young man?
I hope not, but if it comes to that.
Well, we're not exactly looking for a fight just yet.
Good, you will find only the sick and the weak here, save myself.
Well, you're pretty old.
Indeed.
That's a little joke for you.
Was
Not
that
a very good one.
indeed?
Gnome Suni is giggling with delight at your bad joke.
Oh, God.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of accommodations your village has? You said there were sick here?
Indeed. The old and the infirm.
Why do you choose to remain?
I remain to protect them from people like you.
Listen, Shorty. We only want to... We're only here for the dragons. We're not here to kill kobolds. Unless you give Scratch Mangy a reason to, of course. But, as the Dragonguard, we are sworn to protect everyone. Do you require our assistance? Because we can... we can offer it.
My companion here is wondering if you need any help. We mean you no harm.
The best way you can help us is to leave us alone.
Okay.
Should we leave?
You're the guy. What can we get from him of value? Outside of Scratch Mangy slaughtering his whole village.
Roll perceptions.
We're rolling perception?
Yeah.
What's that, 20?
Yep.
Okay.
D20,
All right.
add your perception modifier to that.
Oh, God. I got a 3.
I got a 16 plus 4.
Okay.
I got a 25.
All right. Gnome Suni and Barfus, you both notice that the staff that the old man is carrying has some kind of glittering object at the head of it. And you also notice that on the ground, kind of underneath the rib cage, is a deep, not a deep pit, but a depression in the swamp that seems relatively stable. And from down there, you see the glittering of something.
Hey, old man. You got anything you want to trade us?
No.
Hey, old sir, can you tell us about that staff you're carrying?
Roll persuasion.
I got 8 plus 8, so 16.
And he just simply says, no.
Why not?
It is a treasure of my people for fighting people like you.
We don't want to take it from you, we just want to know about it.
Knowledge is power, young man. Knowledge is power.
What do we do, gang?
Is there anything to get from this man?
I see some sparklies and shinies. This man knows magic. We could get some really useful tools from this guy.
Seems the only way to do that would be to murder him.
I mean, we could.
I mean, Scratch Mangy signed up to kill dragons.
I'm just saying. I'm just reporting on what I see. Other than that, this old man is kind of pissing me off.
Well, it may be in our best interest to club him on the head and check it out.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that. We'll just go on.
Roll
Go ahead.
perceptions.
Ooh, I got 18.
21.
17 plus my perception check.
All right.
It's 21 also.
Okay. In the mist that kind of surrounds this area, you see a large figure, about 15 feet tall, kind of barely concealed in the mist, that's been inching closer to you during this entire exchange.
Oh, wow, that looks like fun, guys.
And you, at this point, you all hear a low...
Is it from a big thing?
It sounds like it might be coming from like a 15-foot tall thing.
Am I gonna have to pick you two up again?
I suppose we can investigate it before we hurl fire at it this time.
I draw my club.
Can I see? Can we see what it is clearly, or we just like vaguely kind of see it?
You can vaguely see that on 4 legs, this creature is kind of slowly inching, pawing its way through the muck.
Okay, so I want to use my hunter sense on it.
What does that do?
I can choose any monster or any creature I can see within 60 feet, and then I immediately learn whether or not it has damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities. What it is, if it's not hidden by magic.
Sorry, what is it? What can it be used on?
Just any creature I can see within 60 feet.
Okay. You actually learn nothing about it.
Oh.
Okay.
I've learned nothing.
Do we get to know why? Is it because of magic? Did we?
You perceive nothing.
Great.
I don't perceive nothing, brothers.
Hey, old man. We see the beast concealed in the forest. What the hell is that thing?
It is your warning to leave.
Figured it would be as such.
And if we don't?
Then you will face the consequences of not leaving.
But
And what are
facing
those
the consequences
consequences?
from what? Old man.
You see a slavering, scaled snout slowly begin to emerge from the fog into clear view.
Looks like some kind of big lizard.
Scratch Mangy signed up to kill big lizards.
Lizards don't have snouts. Do they?
If you leave, I can guarantee no harm will befall you from that thing.
If you tell us what it is, I can guarantee you that no harm will befall you.
Is that thing a friend of yours?
You could say that. You could say that indeed. We are.
Is it a dragon?
friends.
Short stuff.
Can it be a friend of ours?
Only if you leave.
Well, how would we maintain our friendship if we leave, old man?
Sometimes the best friendships are empowered by distance.
Yeah. What are we gonna do, guys?
I don't know. Should we leave?
Whole exchange. Scratch wants to know if it's a dragon, because if it's a dragon, he wants to kill it.
Do we know if it's an animal yet?
It's got a snout.
Can we roll perception
again?
again?
So does Scratch. Scratch Mangy has a snout.
It's got a green snout. It's got a lizard's snout.
You can roll perception again. Sure.
All right.
As more of this thing begins to emerge, it's almost like a large crocodile, alligator. If you merged it with a troll of some kind, it's walking almost upright, but its long forelegs are kind of knuckle dragging on the ground.
Okay. I wrote a nap.
Saliva falls from its jaws and sizzles on the ground as it comes into view.
I can't believe we have to fight Killer Croc from Batman.
I rolled a nat 20 for perception. I don't know if that matters, but
23.
I'm rolling right now. I got 12.
Okay. Scratch, you notice that this form is slightly fuzzy.
like fur?
No.
Like peach fuzz?
Fuzzy around the edges.
Do you mean like physically?
Like blurry?
Like it's almost like it's like only half in existence.
Oh,
okay.
Like it's got like an aura around it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's phasing through a portal.
Something like that.
Okay. Whatever that is, looks otherworldly, brothers.
Should we stay and hit it? I know that's your prerogative, Scratch.
I don't know if it's a dragon. Scratch hasn't seen a dragon like that, but if it is, of course we're gonna hit it.
Gnome Suni, you notice that the growling sounds it makes, you notice that there's like a weird fluctuation in the sound.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I animal talk to it at all?
You can try.
All right.
You will have to cast it as a spell, though, because the ritual takes like 10 minutes. So we'll use one of your spell slots.
Okay. Well, I have Speak with Animals, and then I also have Animal Friendship. Yeah, I'll try Animal Friendship, which lets me try to convince the beast that we mean it no harm.
Okay. You wave your hands around to cast this spell. And it just seems to completely dissipate as it hits the creature, or seems to kind of maybe
bounce off of it.
It doesn't even bounce off. It seems to just like phase into it.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
At this point, it's getting a lot closer. Anything you want to do in particular?
I don't know. What should we do? Should
Leave
we,
now!
I'm asking out of character.
The kobold seems to be readying his staff as well.
Well, are we talking out of character? Are we convening?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, huddle up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I mean, we can avoid all of this simply by leaving. I'm trying to find a. I mean, he does have the shiny thing that you guys saw underneath him, which we would only be able to access by force. Other than that, I don't see any real reason to confront
put ourselves
this.
in danger.
Yeah, or
Well,
even
obviously,
to
there's
confront
like
this guy.
there's
without-
like a conspiracy to destroy the non-lizard people kind, right? Isn't that what Scratch was alluding to with his question?
Well, I mean, that's what I was wondering. He hasn't really given any indication of that. He seems like he just wants to be left alone.
is he
like they're
is he
like a
guarding this like village thing or the?
Yeah, that's kind of what he implied. He's guarding the
Okay,
village.
so we can't just like pass him.
No, we can't.
Okay.
And just the idea is like, okay, like according to him, he's guarding a village full of sick and weak kobolds. So they're on paper they're relatively harmless, and they just want to be left alone. They're like a little pocket society hidden from the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he hasn't really, at least from our line of questioning, hasn't presented anything that, to me, that I can latch onto in terms of like a real driving force to want to like deal with him anymore outside of the thing that he's like the little shiny thing that might be a thing. But other than that, it's like, what benefit is there to face this guy? Because like, if we kill him, and then what? I mean, I guess we could explore the village. That could yield something, but I mean,
We can
guess,
also just kill a ton of sick and disabled kobolds.
Oh,
I mean, if
damn.
you want to go,
Okay.
if you want to go down near, if you want to go Anakin Skywalker and just cut down this whole village, that's the because I was like, that would be the only. I mean, the other kobolds, maybe they're more willing to talk. Who knows? We could
Well,
always
it's
offer
either
them
that-
medicine in exchange for information.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or we have to just wander on the swamp some more, right?
I guess it's just like, what are we getting information for?
Obviously, there's a baby dragon.
Possibly. Otherwise, the other option would be to just leave and find another course.
Yeah, can we go like all the way around? Just go all the way around him.
Well,
It's
aside from that, it's like if we go all the way around, then what is there something like behind
Yeah,
where we are now?
Like, is
Oh,
this
and
the
keep in
main
mind-
attraction in the swamp?
Keep in mind that you're in the swamp. I think you only have one more cast of Walk on Water.
Of water walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's only an hour's worth.
And at the point where you reach the village, it was 30 minutes of use.
Okay.
Okay. And we've probably spent some time just
Yeah.
having this conversation and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we still standing over water?
Yep. You never walked into the village. You're just standing
Okay.
near the bones, which are in
really
the swamp.
Oh, we kind of approached the skull. Was that not was that in swamp area?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay, but the village itself is on land, though.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
kind of. Most of it's
More
on
land.
stilts.
Okay, it's shallower water, at least.
I mean, you could step up onto the platforms that have been built, and maybe the area directly around the stomach region of the dragon corpse is solid land, where the altar has been built up.
Okay.
But-
Is this basically Is this basically Blighttown from Dark Souls?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like...
All right. So I'm gonna roll for persuasion, and I'm going to attempt to convince the old man to let us stay, and maybe purchase some supplies and help.
Yeah. Is this...
and we'll choose to leave soon after, but we mean no harm.
So we just want to help the villagers. Got it.
Yeah.
Wink,
Is it,
wink, wink, wink.
Is it magical persuasion, or is it just being really, really good with your
It's
words?
being a bard.
Really, really charming.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 13 plus my 8, so that's 21.
Bam.
Okay, and what did you want?
Old timer, we mean you no harm, and we would prefer to stay temporarily. We don't want anything from you except maybe some supplies and to provide whatever help we can to the villagers and to yourself. We will leave peacefully if you do us no harm.
As you're speaking, the creature kind of stops and is just standing stock still. The kobold kind of puts a claw to his cheek and scratches a little bit, eyeing the three of you.
Hey, old man, I got some healing abilities. I suppose I could help out your sick and injured comrades over there if you let us go in the village.
And why would you want to come into the village?
We kind of swore an oath to protect people, so I guess it's what we gotta do. Get some information, heal some folk. I don't know.
I will allow this as long as you stick close to me at all times.
It's okay. I've seen documentaries on North Korea. I know how this works.
We will give you whatever help we can.
Very well.
Yeah.
I shall watch as you give this help. And then we shall speak more of what you require. Come.
Thank you, old sir.
He starts walking down the altar towards the village.
Does he hobble? Like, is he, like, shuffling, or is he tiny and adorable? Is he floating?
He's mostly just putting most of his weight on the staff.
Okay.
He's like Yoda.
Okay.
We follow as a group.
Okay. For the first time in almost an hour, you set foot on something that is actually solid as opposed to magically solid. And you are walking through this village, and it's a number of these tiny huts on a variety of various levels of rickety poles. A lot of them seem to be held together with nothing but some string and some hope. There are numerous fire pits burning around, but you aren't actually seeing any kobolds around. It seems like this kobold that you have managed to convince to let you into the town is making a beeline for a large hut more towards the center of the town.
Is he like outpacing us?
I mean, you can catch up to him if you'd like.
Okay. Scratch wants to catch up to him.
Okay.
Hey, shorty.
Yes. He eyes you with unease.
Pretty quiet around here. I thought there were other kobolds.
There are many other kobolds.
Where are they, old man?
They left to follow Fallowfell. Where they went, I do not know.
So you brought us into town to heal these kobolds, but there's no kobolds in town.
There are kobolds in town, just the weak and the old.
Ah.
This way, and he opens a flap in the largest building in the town and goes inside.
Do we follow? We follow.
Okay.
Okay.
Inside, you see roughly a dozen kobolds, all of them seemingly sick. There's some snorting and some various bodily fluids on the ground leaking through the boards. There's some blood. A couple people seem to register. You enter, but they lack the energy to fear you.
What blight ails these kobolds, old man?
'Tis the natural way of things here. Some of us grow weak and die. It is the way of things.
This looks like a pretty rough. A lot of suffering for natural causes.
Indeed. A lot of suffering because your people make us live in swamps like this.
Scratch. Sorry to hear that.
Indeed.
Well, we
What,
promised help. So
yeah.
we promised help. So we shall deliver. Woman, use your healing spells.
Scratch, if you call me woman one more time, I'm gonna set your fur on fire.
I would be happy to help you, miss.
Well, for
Scratch
once we
just-
agree, old man.
Scratch just folds his arms.
Alright, do I have to roll anything for these kind of spells, or...
These
Is
are
it just-
story spells.
Yeah, are they story spells?
I mean, what healing spells do you know?
I have healing word. Yeah, I have-
Helios Maximus.
I think that might be it, actually.
I just made that up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have different potencies of healing word.
Okay, well, there are about 12 kobolds in here.
Okay, so
I use a bardic inspiration to help her
Can
heal.
you sing them a song?
Yeah.
I sure can.
so
Get
if
them-
if we
lift their
sing a
spirits.
song, can this one spell heal all of them at least for a little?
I'll say that you can spend each time you spend the spell, you can heal more than you can heal 2 people with this song going, this song of healing.
Okay. I guess.
Okay.
All right, sing,
gather
bird,
round,
sing.
my kobold friends, and listen to these words. We know you're sick and down a lot, but we will help you heal.
Heads kind of slowly raise up from around the room.
And I go bam, bam with my spell.
Bam, bam.
Just pointing at
and
kobolds, and
Notsumi
you
just
get
starts-
healed, and you get healed.
Everyone
I was like, and Natsumi just starts attacking everyone. I'll put them out of their misery. That's how I'll heal them.
Gosh. Okay. How many open spell slots did you have to cast?
Okay.
To
I have
cast.
4.
Okay. And you used one of those earlier.
Oh,
to-
so
3.
Wait. Yes. Then yeah. That's
Okay.
weird. Okay. Yes.
Half the kobolds in this room sit up and they feel better. And they're just kind of like, chittering to each other in a...
So, old man, we healed half your people here. How about for the other half, you give some information?
Damn.
So what kind of information would you like?
This dragon, whatever
Fallow
his name
Fallow?
was.
Farafel?
Fallow Fallow.
Fallow, whatever. You said half your people, your people went to follow him.
Indeed.
Does that mean he's alive?
Oh, most assuredly, miss.
Where is he?
I do not know.
How big is this dragon?
Oh, he's not as big as his father. Most assuredly not. But, he is roughly... He kind of pauses to think and kind of looks around at the hall. Like, about as big as this building.
Hey, side note. That was probably the dragon that was at the tower.
Yep. See what extortion can get you? Do you have any way of contacting your people, old man? Seems like your magic staff might have a little trick up its sleeve.
I do have a way of contacting them.
Well, how about in exchange for healing the other half of these people who are clearly suffering? You could end their suffering. If you can tell us where this dragon is.
Absolutely not. We are all
Hey, I
ready
tried,
to
guys.
die for this dragon.
Hey, a giant, you were able to talk to this guy earlier.
What should I ask him?
Wait, hold on one second. All right, so while you are talking to this guy, Scratch wants to sneak out of the hut, and he wants to investigate the little thing that he was guarding, with the shiny thing that he was standing over.
Oh, okay, the pit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to use this as an opportunity while he's distracted to slip out.
Okay. Roll your sneak.
My stealth?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a 17.
Okay. Look, you are successful in your sneak. You managed to get out into the empty village. What do you do?
I'm heading towards the pit.
Okay. As you the one of the first things you notice as you step outside is that the giant crocodile alligator monstrosity thing is just standing there outside, breathing shallowly, staring at you. But it makes no move as you exit the building.
That's what I thought. And then Scratch just kind of hastily makes his way towards the pit.
Okay, it is standing in between you and that pit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about
It's standing.
I have a suggestion.
It's standing on the wooden platforms.
How
it's
about
standing on.
Are there any
What's
rocks Scratch can throw?
So is it still like? So how wide is it? Like, there's no way to just kind of like go around it.
It's about it's like 10, 15 feet wide.
But it's still like, is it?
You
still
could
like
go
half?
around it.
Is it still like half in existence and half not, or is it fully?
Roll,
like I'm trying.
roll your perception.
Okay. Oh jeez, I got a 6 or 5 actually. Sorry.
Actually, it looks very solid.
Okay. You said I can go around it, possibly. Is it an even distance on either side? Like,
I mean, there's enough to like walk around it. If not comfortably, you could squeeze by it.
Okay.
Or go
I'm
between
gonna
its
try-
legs.
Okay.
Or you could just circumvent it entirely and just not walk on the platform and walk around.
I'll do that.
All right. It does.
He's mangy, is like lightly whistling. Seem really casual.
Okay. The creature makes no move. It doesn't. It almost like it doesn't even register that you're there.
Okay.
Okay.
Scratch is just eyeing it suspiciously. Like, okay, that's weird. Okay. Have I made my way around?
Mm-hmm.
Or
let's go back. How are you continuing to distract this kobold?
yeah, because I'm assuming they realize that I've left.
I mean,
are we distracting them?
I don't know.
I mean,
are you?
You
don't
weren't
know.
intentionally. I kind of
Okay.
used your discussion
Yeah.
as my own distraction, so now you are.
So what was Nomsuni doing again?
I asked
Extortion.
the bard for
Extortion.
help. I tried, and apparently he can speak to the other kobolds, but he refuses to.
Okay, so I use can I use my persuasion to persuade him to do as she asks?
I mean, you could try.
I rolled a 12 just now, plus my 8, so that's a 20.
And he looks at you and he says, "As much as I would like to help you, doing so and betraying my lord goes against everything I have ever believed my entire life. I trust you, good sir. You've done right by us thus far, but I do not believe I can betray my lord now.
But I just healed your people. Don't you want to heal the others?
I do, very much.
No,
Is
Suni
there-
just grunts.
Is there nothing else I could tell you that would be worth healing half my people?
Hey, Bard, you got any questions you want answered?
As a side note, do you have any questions that you can suggest while I'm persuading the old man?
Well, I guess we could kind of try to sneak answers out of him. So kind of be sneaky about our questions and be like, why is the dragon not here? How did the dragon come to be?
Oh, well, I mean, it was born, so.
Yeah, but
Ask about his mama.
Ask about his what?
His
his
mama.
mama.
His mom.
But like, yeah, like
No, I'm not being serious.
All right.
Well, I mean,
okay.
just like
it would keep him talking,
how-
but whatever you.
yeah, the other one died, so how did it survive? Like, how old is, just those kind of
Okay,
questions.
yeah, okay. Old sir,
Yes?
can you tell us more about what Fallowfell's mission here in this land is?
Well, I can tell you that he was none too pleased with the death of his father-mother.
I can't imagine anyone would be.
Wait, did you say
Wait,
father, mother?
Did you say father, mother?
I did, yes.
They reproduce asexually. Get with the times.
Nah,
What
I'm
ba-
ignorant to dragons.
what your bard said?
Okay.
In those exact words, right?
But yes. What the mission? The mission.
Oh, well, he held no love for your dear king, who I suppose now is the throne has gone to his oldest daughter, so queen now, I suppose.
Yeah, and he doesn't like the queen. I get it.
And he swore vengeance. I don't know what his plans for that would be, but he has been gone for several years now.
Several years, you say. When was the last time you saw Fallowfell?
He comes and goes occasionally, but he left for the most part with the treasure hoard. I would say 5 years? It's easy to lose track of time in a swamp.
Of course, that's quite some time, however. Do you believe that Fallowfell will return?
Oh, I do not believe he will be returning here anytime soon, no.
And why is that?
Well, it seems his plan is already in motion.
How interesting.
Bingo. How long do we have to distract him?
So let's go back to what Scratch is doing.
Yeah. Transformers transition sound.
Meanwhile, in the swamp.
Okay, so Scratch has reached the pit, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at the altar above the pit.
Okay. I want to see what that shiny thing is. I want to do some digging or whatever it is I got to do.
Okay. Just a second, drop my dice.
As Scratch reaches it, he says, "Look, Sniff. Another treasure."
Does he wink up to the sky?
He pounds his chest and points up.
This one's for you, Sniff.
Okay, so you want to do some digging. So the glint
Is it buried or
the glint?
That's what
So the glint that you saw was coming from inside the pit from the bottom, and there isn't a glint up at the altar. That was in the kobold's staff.
Yeah.
So you would want to climb down into the pit.
Yes.
So if you're bent on doing that, roll me an athletics check.
Scratch is hyper athletic.
He's a cat
Both
after all.
Scratch to put his dice where his mouth is.
He did because he rolled a 21.
Nice.
Oh.
With ease, you you flip down into the pit. And you find that there are a number of gold pieces that have been pressed into the earth.
Scratch tries to pick them up.
All right. You pick up, how are you going to pick up all of them?
Yeah, is it like a pile or how much is it?
It's about 100 gold scattered here and there.
Sure.
Okay.
And is there anything else around or should I roll perception?
You can roll me an investigation.
Okay, I got 7.
Okay. From what you can tell, these must have been pushed into the ground by a great weight.
Dragon butt. My saddle needs to keep him warm, brother.
He said to himself, alone in a pit.
He's talking to Sniff. Sniff is always with him.
And he's brothers.
Yeah. All right, so Scratch collects the 100 gold pieces. And then kind of looks around, sees that's it. He's kind of surprised, like, I guess that was it. And then climbs back out of the hole.
Okay.
And he's kind of decides to since he's out anyway, because there are other buildings here, right? It's like, well, since he's out, I want to kind of poke my head into one of the other buildings.
Okay.
All right. Do they have doors?
No, they have flaps of various hides.
Okay.
So you poke your head in, and it's a very simple chamber, like not even a bed. There is a unrolled sleeping roll and a case full of what appear to be scrolls, and that's about it.
Scratch is I'm assuming it's unoccupied, right?
Mm-hmm. No one's in there.
Okay. Scratch wants to look at those scrolls.
They appear to be various pieces of kobold erotica.
Am I able to discern this?
I mean,
is it pictures?
It's heavily based on pictures, yes.
What the hell? I just realized in session, like, it sounds like less Hulk Hogan and more like Vince McMahon. What the hell? Scratch just kind of hastily rolls it back up and just puts it back where it was, like, just disgusted.
Okay.
And then he exits the hut.
All right.
Okay, I want to. How many huts are there? This is a small village, right?
I mean, there are roughly, I would say, about 20 to 30 huts.
Crap. Okay.
You better start looking.
I will peek into one more. I will just do the one that's next to the one I already checked.
All right. I'm going to roll percentile die. Okay. Inside, you find a table and a chair.
Cool.
On the table appears to be a piece of paper written in a language you do not understand.
Should have studied Kobold back in the academy, brothers.
Can Gnome Suni read Kobold?
I don't think she can.
Can any of you speak Draconic?
I can speak Draconic.
You might be able to, but Scratch probably doesn't know that.
Damn it, Scratch.
Then again, I know that she's, like, in love with animals and crap. So.
And crap.
Way to define me.
They're not animals.
Otherwise, I would have been able to freaking make friends with them, Scratch. Jeez.
Scratch is not one for nuance.
No shit.
He's like, blue woman likes them animals crap. Okay. Scratch just takes it because he's a nosy bastard. And he knows that he's got a lady that just likes to sleep with animals or whatever it is. So To him, that's good enough for him. So he shoves it into his belongings, and then he decides to make his way back to the old man's hut because he thinks it's been a little while.
Okay. There is the
sneak back roll.
there's the sneak back roll, and there's also the giant monster in the middle of town again.
I'm just gonna go the way I came.
Okay. I will tell you that by this point, you no longer have your ability to walk on water.
Oh, okay. So would I have to go because you said he's on the wooden?
Yeah, he's on.
thing?
It's on the wooden
Planks?
platforms that kind of make up the main road through town, if you can kind of think of it that way. And then off the road, there are just these thin planks that go into each individual hut.
Okay. But that main road of planks leads to the hut where everybody's at.
Yep.
I can go between his legs though, right?
You could try.
Tuck and
I'm gonna try it.
roll.
Scratch Meiji fears nothing. So, do I have to roll stealth or?
Yeah, roll me stealth and roll me your, I'll say acrobatics.
Yeah, sure. So, stealth I got 16,
Okay.
and acrobatics I got hold on, 12.
Okay. You as you pass underneath this figure, it does not even really register you again. It's like it's not even seeing you.
Can I smell it? Since I'm right underneath it.
I mean, it's a faint whiff of an odor. It's not strong at all.
That's odd. This thing should be rank. Right underneath it. This is him thinking to himself.
Yeah, you're kind of blowing your cover there.
Internal monologue.
Yeah. Scratch finds that very odd. Okay. I'm guessing, do I make it through?
You do.
Okay. And I'm just gonna make my way back to the main hut.
Okay.
Nonchalantly.
He just stride in.
Are you gonna try and sneak back in, or you just walk
Big
down?
Dick is
I'm gonna try to
is back in town.
I'm just kind of yeah, I just kind of slip back in
Okay, roll stealth.
as if I never left. Ooh, shit! I got 21.
Nice. Okay, so you managed to slip back in with no one noticing.
You guys didn't even know I was going.
And what?
Nope.
What are you? What have you asked so far? You get a couple more questions at least.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Nomsini, what should we ask? Obviously, this is out of character, but
Yeah. Well, obviously, this dragon's gonna try to murder the queen, or whatever. And that's knowledge we have of where that is. Where is the queen in relation to the town of Bern, though? Jack.
From what you would know, the queen would be in the capital, and the capital is where you did your training, and it is, I think, it's 2 or 3 days away.
Okay.
To the north.
Gotcha. I guess we can ask what damage this dragon has done so far, but in a sneaky way, just to kind of gauge how much of a threat it is, I guess.
No, old sir.
Yes?
We know that Fallowfell seeks vengeance on the queen. However, is Fallowfell causing harm to the innocent lives at hand? As part of the Dragonguard, it's important that we take care of the people.
Yes, I know well how you take care of the people. And
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Come to your own conclusions.
Oh man.
He taps his finger on his forehead and closes his head and closes his eyes and says, To my knowledge, he does not actively seek to harm anyone, any of your people, aside from the queen and her bloodline.
Sure, a dragon is wandering around out there with a legion of you guys, and he's pissed, and he's not hungry, not anything. He's just cool. He's just looking for the queen. That's what I'm gathering here.
Sometimes revenge burns best when it's cold.
All right.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
So this dragon doesn't eat. That's good to know.
Hey, old man.
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Can he ask the question, or is it important if I ask it?
I mean, he can ask it.
Okay.
He doesn't have the
Scratch
persuasion.
Scratch doesn't care.
Okay.
Okay.
he just wants to blurt something. When all your people are healed, will you join your dragon friend? I mean, it seems like there'd be no reason to hang around here anymore.
Well, you can't magically make them young again, can you?
No,
Then
I cannot.
Then most likely not.
Seemed like that was the only thing keeping you here, but fair enough. One more thing. Say that what would it take to stop Fellow Fail from attacking the queen? Is there anything the queen could do to appease your dragon lord?
She can die.
Okay, fair enough. Continue. He just kind of like leans against the wall.
All right. How many more questions do we have? Or does he seem impatient?
I mean,
have they satisfied you, Naomi, to heal the other people?
yeah, they're waiting on you.
Yeah, it
Never!
depends on
Well, actually,
whether
how
or not
many?
you're satisfied.
How many more open spell slots do you have?
That'd be funny if I have none. Sorry, just kidding.
I actually can't do shit.
I have one.
I guess you could rest here for the night if you really wanted to, and then heal them the next day.
I mean, we could ask him that if he'll let
I
us.
have healing word on all 3 levels, so couldn't I just use one
You
from
use
a
all-
different level?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I mean, it normally healing word, even if you cast it at a higher level, just affects one person.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm out.
You can just use alternative healing methods like gemstones and.
I suppose you
meditation.
could
Yeah,
you could
the
roll
Jill
some.
Stein method.
I mean, you could roll medicine to see if you can heal them that way.
Okay, so just 20 for that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I do have survival. Let me see.
There's a skill called
10.
medicine.
Yeah, I see it. I rolled a 10. I botched them all.
Okay.
The remaining.
No, roll another medicine check.
Okay.
Can I bardic inspiration her?
Sure, but it would only apply to one skill check.
That one's 14.
Okay. Roll me 6 of them and tell me if any of them are under a 10. Or
Okay.
at this point, 4 more.
I got a 7. No, wait, no. 9.
Okay.
And then that was the only one that was under 10.
Okay. You aren't able to heal one kobold.
Oh, buddy. It's like, what the hell?
It coughs up a weird yellow fluid.
Ew. Nomsuni is obviously rattled by this, but tries to maintain her composure.
I saw that.
You saw nothing. Let's see you heal.
Oh, old sir, would it be possible to stay the night and maybe do some more healing tomorrow? Our healer is quite tired.
Nomsuni scoffs.
You may, for you have done us great service this day. But I should warn you, we are still enemies.
Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm on this show. And when I'm not on this show, I have a website called Marcus Writes About Games, where I do that thing. And I also have my own podcast at Carving Gaming Rushmores. Naomi and Jack have been on it before. They knew the joy of Rushmoring. And I got a wrestling podcast called Call It in the Ring that I do every week, reviewing Raw and SmackDown. And you can find those on my YouTube channel, titled Marcus Writes About Games, as well as iTunes, Podbean, same name, Marcus Writes About Games. And you can also find me on gaminghistoria.com, as a contributor, as well as occasionally on Extra Life as well.